In today's episode, Michael asks, with regard to Gary Vaynerchuk's advice about documenting versus creating content for marketing purposes, what should we be documenting? This is a great question because Gary's advice is, as he says, he talks about what he knows and what he and his team do. It's based on his experiences, which also means that it's optimized for him and the way he runs his company. As a result, our interpretation and adaptation of that advice is going to look very different. There are things that we have to do that he doesn't because of the way he runs his business. For example, he broadcasts a lot of meetings. Many companies have pretty significant confidentiality restrictions about what you can share. So look at the things that you do during the workday that could add value to someone else's workday that maybe are not part of your core competency, but would still be a great way to share and build trust and provide value to your audience. For example, if you go over to the Trust Insights YouTube channel, you'll see the daily process I use for all the stuff I use to assemble my morning videos. That's not something that we do as a company that is a core competency. It's not part of the secret sauce, if you will. But it is valuable for people who want to know, how do you create videos at scale or as efficiently as possible. Another example is the entire existence of this series, the You Ask, I Answer series. It's based off of the book that Marcus Sheridan wrote, They Ask, You Answer. But it's documenting something that I'm doing anyway. When I get emails from people that are asking good questions, questions that I would like to answer, I could either sit down and type out an email response and have it benefit one person, or I can create a video that does the exact same thing, but then it benefits a lot of people. So that's an example of this documentation. If you were to look, for example, let's say you're a company that has a customer service department, and you make, I don't know, you make widgets of some kind, and people email in and say, hey, I plugged this widget in, but it's not working. Why isn't it working? Well, you can create a whole bunch of documented content around, here's how you get this widget to work, right? So step 1, plug it in. Step 2, make sure the little green light is glowing green and not yellow or red. Step 3, essentially taking what is probably in the extremely poorly written directions that, these little tiny things that are useless, that companies spend as little money as possible on to cut costs, and they're terrible translations. You could create that about the technology that your company offers, and have it be helpful, have it be valuable. And that's, again, documenting something that, guess what, your customer service representatives are probably doing anyway, and they're just having to copy and paste responses to the same questions over and over again. Whenever you see a repetition in your workday, hey, I've sent this email 5 times now, hey, I've answered this call 15 times, and it's the same thing, there's an opportunity not only for automation, but also for this type of documentation. If you are, for example, you're working at your company, and your company is not a marketing company that markets to marketers. Again, say like you're a car insurance company. Depending on the size of your company, you may have an SEO team. Guess what? They're doing optimization and rank tracking and all that stuff every single day. That's an opportunity to share some of the things that you're looking at, some of the questions that you have, some of the things that are working for you with the world, especially if it is in things where it's not going to give a competitor an edge, right? So tracking your competitors' rankings, for example, look at it and go, oh, that didn't look good. Like, where are they getting all their rankings from? Oh, and you don't have to give away your secret sauce, but you can certainly document the process of understanding somebody else's secret sauce. So there are opportunities throughout the workday to create videos, create audio, create text content about the stuff that you do that's not your core competency, that's not giving away the secret sauce. So that's the implementation of that advice. Now, you have to adhere to your company's privacy policies. You have to adhere to your non-disclosure agreement. You do have to do your homework to make sure that you're not going to cause policy issues or privacy violations. So be aware of that. You don't want to do it exactly the way that Gary does, because he's probably paid lawyers a handsome sum to make sure that what he does is allowable, and people working with him understand what they're getting into. Whereas for everyone else, we need to take those precautions. We need to make sure that we are well aligned to that sort of thing. So that's what to document. Document the stuff that you're doing anyway. And by the way, I should add this in as well. You don't necessarily have to publish everything. One of the best things that you can do for your company, especially if you have more than a couple of people on your team, is to document with software like I use TechSmith's Camtasia. We'll put a link in the show notes to that. You can create internal documentation, really, really, really good training for other people on your team, for other departments within your company. If your company is a larger company and you've got, say, you're in the search marketing team for North America, but you've got an EMEA division, document and publish internally your content. And it will be a tremendous benefit to the company, because now you're providing training of stuff that you're doing already anyway, right? So you and your team are doing this stuff anyway. Provide that as training to other people within the company, and it extends and enhances and grows what your company can do. So give that some thought as well. It doesn't have to be public. It can very much be an internal thing that you just publish it, and here's what's going on. Give people visibility into how you do stuff, how you create results. And you might be surprised at just how impactful that is. So, great question, Michael. Thanks for it. Any additional questions, please leave them in the comments. And, of course, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.